Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of KG Talks. I'm one of your co-hosts, Zachary Carlin. Carson Graham couldn't make it again today. We keep saying how we need to plan these episodes better, but planning couldn't really do it for this one because he's been camping all week. But today, we have my grandpa, Drew Green.
Hello.
On uploading, it'll be July 3rd, 2024. Episode number 28, which is National Fried Clam Day.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you've never had...
No.
No? You've never had fried clams?
No, I never had fried clams.
So, we just had to redo this audio and video because the connection got lost, but we were just talking about it. What was like the grossest food you've ever tried?
I had deep fried squid. They put it on a plate when the tentacles down.
Did it have like the crust and everything?
Yeah, it was deep fried. It was terrible.
Would you have it on a cruise or something?
Yeah, back in 1972, I was with the American Youth Symphony and Winds and Chorus, and we were on a cruise for 27 days, toured the Mediterranean, and
you were on the sea the entire time?
17 days we were on ship, and the rest of the time we were either in Switzerland, Geneva, Switzerland. That's where we started. We were in Paris, France. We saw the Parthenon. We played a concert for Princess Grace of Monaco.
So, obviously, most people have to pay for that. Did you get paid to do that?
No.
Oh, you had to pay for that?
Yep. It cost, back then, we had bake sales and stuff like that. It was the choir from Salem. We were the nucleus. We took 40 kids, high school kids from Salem, in the choir, and we met up with 30 more kids from all over the United States and combined together. And then we had a 60-piece orchestra, all high school kids.
Wow.
And we only practiced. Everybody had to learn the music, memorize the music, and we had the music for about 6 months and practiced. We only practiced together for 2 days when we got over to Europe.
You said there was like 30 people from Salem?
Yeah.
And then 30 people from the rest of the country?
Yep.
Wow.
We were the nucleus. And, it was something to see. Back then, it cost us, my mom and dad, it cost them $800. And that was for 27 days. And that's meals, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it was something else.
Speaking of mom and dad, my mom, Jen Carlin's behind the camera.
Howdy, folks.
To add in some commentary when needed. She was on one of the past episodes just recently. It hasn't been on video yet, but hopefully...
Luckily.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't nice.
Sorry.
The episode last week worked with the video. I'm trying to do it the same way. Hopefully it works again. I'm still just trying to figure it out at this point. But yeah, hopefully this works. It worked last time. It just takes forever to upload. But yeah, we'll just get straight into the episode. I mean, we already been talking for a little while. I kind of had this. I wrote down some things I wanted to ask.
Go ahead. I'll answer anything.
First of all, do you have any wise words for the youngins?
Go to college if you can. But if you don't want to go to college, go to a trade school. You can get jobs anywhere with a trade.
Yeah.
And that's where you make the good money. So, that's the big thing.
Speaking of jobs, what was your first job?
My first job was cutting grass at Grandview Cemetery in 1967.
Oh, that was your first job. I know you talked about that. I didn't know that was your first job.
That was my first paying job. I made $1. I think it was $1.10 an hour. And after that, the next year I got a job with a mason as his tender, and I jumped to $2.25 an hour. And that was big money back then.
I think I did the math for my current job right now, which is just like a little amusement park operator, I think I make $2 every 10 minutes. Like I did the math. Well,
Oh man,
it'd be a little under if you counted in tax.
the Jim Hollinger. That's who I worked for. He's from West Branch. Was from West Branch, but he didn't like working a lot of overtimes. We hardly ever worked on Saturdays, but you busted your butt from the time you got there till the time you went home. I was blisters. Mixing mortar and hauling block and brick, and it made a man out of you real quick.
Yeah. Do you think this generation? This is kind of a little controversial, just a little. But do you think this generation has gotten a little softer since?
Oh yeah, you guys couldn't do what we did.
Really?
You got maybe a 10-minute break mid-morning. You had a half hour exactly for lunch, and we never took breaks in the afternoon.
Gen X was the next generation, and we're just like you.
Yep, and you worked from the time you got there. I was always, if we were supposed to start at 7:30, I was there mixing mortar at 6:30 to get enough mixed up ahead of time so I didn't get run over, because they went through so much. My uncle and my cousin, that's who I worked for, and they were laying block and brick, and I was only 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, just like the little elephant in the room. This isn't our normal scenery. Normally we're in the pool house garage. You wouldn't have known that. But
It looks cool. I mean, I like the
yeah,
background.
we're outside. We're like right beside the pool. We just got out 20 minutes ago
Whose idea was it?
to go in the pool.
No, to sit here.
Oh, I like the idea. Mom.
Yeah.
She's not too bad.
Yeah, well, we just gotta. I just realized. I think I accidentally hit the table. It's like shaking everything. And the mic kind of takes up half the camera, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Still learning.
Yeah. Some people only listen to the audio anyway.
Yeah.
I say that like we have
Yeah,
experience
but you
doing
got
it.
you got handsome guys here.
Oh,
They
yeah,
don't
very
realize.
handsome guys.
Yeah.
True.
Very.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
thanks.
like your beard. Well, it takes a little bit of time
Got-
to get like this.
Got some genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of high school
Oh, yeah, tell that story.
my first year as a freshman. I walked into school and I got kicked out because I had a full beard and mustache my freshman year. And my mom, she was mad because I had to go home. And she goes, why? And I told her, and she goes, okay, we'll fix them. You're allowed to have a mustache, but you weren't allowed to have beards. So I went upstairs and took a razor and went right down the center and cut the hair out. And that's what I went with. And she goes, those are lamb chops, sideburns. And she goes, and if they want to make a federal court about it, we will. You don't have to shave. So I said, okay, thank you, Mother.
That could have been a new Supreme Court
Yeah.
case. Because I was in the AP government, and there are so many Supreme Court cases that deal with just like school.
Yeah,
Like freedom of speech, freedom of expression, all that.
don't get me started.
I think I started getting very start of peach was, I think, summer right before 9th grade.
COVID. That was during COVID.
So 8th grade.
Yeah, well, I was shaving when I was in 7th grade.
I haven't completely shaved my top lip in 3 years, and I'm gonna be a senior.
Let's see, I've had this thing.
I've never seen you without it.
Yeah, I've had it for probably, let's see,
In person, I've seen pictures, but
Yeah, it has been 3 years.
it's been
2, 3.
45 years, 50 years since I shaved.
I used to have just the mustache and goatee. I liked it because I didn't have any clippers, any trimmer or anything, and I just went to our little barber and said, "Can you fix this?" So we just shaved the cheeks and then trimmed the mustache a little bit.
I've never had a barber touch my beard. I do all the trim work myself. Never.
If I were to shave it for some reason, like shave everything, I think I would shave it like right down the middle, like you said, for at least a day to see what it looks like, or
Yeah.
try a few different things.
Well, I learned to shave with a straight razor. You had the leather belt and the strap, and you'd sharpen the thing, and then you shaved. That's how I used to shave.
That's how you see it in the movies.
Yep.
With like a big machete.
Yep.
I've never tried that.
You don't. I've still got the blades at home, but I wouldn't even do it anymore. Man, it cuts you right now.
This is kind of like no prerequisite before it.
Okay.
If you could just think anything, this could be any time in your life. What's the coolest thing that you've ever seen in person? Because you know,
God.
moon landing on TV, not
Yeah.
any of that.
God.
I'll let you think about that for a second. What's the coolest thing I've seen?
I mean, seeing live concerts.
Northern Lights that we just saw.
Yeah, we saw
Oh, yeah,
Northern
we
Lights.
saw it. I have a picture of it.
I've seen bands playing that were awesome. Kiss,
Wow.
the first in '74 when they first started, and they were good. Went to Pittsburgh to see that.
I kind of wish I was alive to see. I think it was in the '60s. It was, I think it was Metallica when they went to Moscow. I think it was like close to 1 million people. It was obviously an outdoor concert, just
Oh yeah,
everyone. Just to imagine the atmosphere at the stage,
oh yeah.
right at the stage. I wonder how those performers get used to that, because
You don't.
yeah, well, you were in band. I'm still in a bunch of band related things. Our band director, she said, what was it? The nerves never go away before a performance. You just
Nope.
learn how to get used to them.
Yep.
That's what I learned, even after my first 1 or 2 years.
I played in bands. I played a high school band, but I played in rock bands. And the coolest, and I didn't know I did it. We played in. I was in a big band, trumpets, all that, and we played in Pittsburgh at the Holiday Inn. It was for an Army reunion, and my father-in-law, he went with me, and he always took pictures. So we went through it, and they wouldn't let us off the stage. They were having such a fun time. Finally, and one of the guys gave me a American flag decal, and I stuck it on the bass drum, and did that. And we finally left and went home. And that father-in-law showed me the pictures, and they took out perfect. Years later, about, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, I was looking through old pictures, and there they were. And the movie that has been on, the 101st Airborne Easy Company, the Band of Brothers on HBO.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we said at the same time.
Yeah, and the pictures, the one picture he took a picture of the band, and the banner above it says, "Welcome 101st Airborne Easy Company." It was their reunion, and I was playing at it.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that.
Yep, and we never knew it. It was just a dance, and we played this dance, and they went nuts for the big band stuff,
That's awesome.
and it was for the Band of Brothers Easy Company. I actually met the main guys.
Wasn't that not like a really recent, but that was like a pretty recent movie, right?
Oh yeah,
It had what's his name from Friends
yeah,
as the main general,
yeah.
Uh,
No, he was a colonel.
or yeah,
or
Ross.
whatever. Ross. Yeah, that
Wow.
it was done 8 years ago, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty. That's how I want to watch movies.
I've got it at home, but I met the originals. I didn't meet Ross and them. I met the originals, the guys who were actually the heroes. Now it was awesome. And once I saw that, I couldn't believe it. I got goosebumps. I actually met those men, That was
you-
something else.
So you didn't do any research or anything beforehand?
No, it was just that Cork, the guy who ran the band, he goes, "Hey, we got a dance coming up." And I said, "Okay," and we're going to Pittsburgh to play it. That was nothing to go out of state and play. And we went up there, and we were supposed to play from like 8 at night till like 10. We usually played about 2 hours. That's all the union you had to play. But they kept passing the hat to get more money to keep us on stage. We ended up to after midnight, and finally the people from the hotel finally came up and said, you guys got to quit. You're keeping everybody up, because the music was, we had the whole orchestra going, and everybody wanted to hear us, and it was fantastic.
And you wouldn't have known that other than the picture.
Yeah, I would never have known.
You know how, I mean, it's more obvious with black and white compared to colored pictures, but you can generally tell the different ages, like how old a picture is, just like generally.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're going to be able to do that from the present to the future, because we have like really, really clear, high resolution pictures. How would you be able to differentiate a picture you take in 2024 compared to 2050?
I'm sure there'll be a difference, but we just don't know what it's going to
Yeah,
Well, you'll probably just go like that, and it'll be right on the wall.
yeah. Well, same thing with like the VR or anything. You can do anything in VR as you can do on your phone.
Yeah.
be. You can go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Yeah, you can. I seen virtual or I haven't seen it, but you can do virtual concerts too.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I need to check that out.
Now, one guy I did get to shake hands with and met, that was Jesse Owens.
You know who he is?
Back in 1943. He ran the Olympics he ran against the Germans in the Olympics and won. And Adolf Hitler was there, would not shake his hand because he was black.
So you shook
Jesse Owens' hand,
a gold medalist
like
hand.
10 times, or he was 100-yard dash, the 200, and the long jump Olympian.
Where did you see him at?
Salem used to have a track meet in the summer. It was called the Wayne Russell track meet.
Oh, I've heard that.
And anybody could go and run at it. Well, one of the head honchos was F.E. Cope from Salem. He was in the Olympics. He was an extra in the Olympics, but his roommate was Jesse Owens. And he called Jesse up. He was our athletic director at Salem. He called Jesse Owens up and asked him if he would come to the meet. And as he came in, I was there, and F.E. says, "Drew, this is Jesse Owens." I got to shake that man's hand.
After he won?
Oh, yeah, this was years later. This is back...
Way later after he won it?
Oh, yeah, this was... I'm not that old.
No, I'm...
No, this would have been about 1975, 76.
And you said he won in the 40s?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. He actually, at one time, after the Olympics, he raced a racehorse and beat a racehorse.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've got to meet few people famous.
Yeah. I just realized, though, normally we do our game at a 15-minute mark. It's almost the 20-minute mark.
No.
But we've both prepared our things. We just wanted to keep it real easy, simple. We're doing two truths and a lie. So I'll go first.
Okay.
I wrote these out beforehand. Hopefully you didn't see them.
I can't see anything.
And it's pretty self-explanatory. You give two truths and a lie. You can sprinkle them in any order that you want. Try to make the truth sound unbelievable, make the lie sound believable, vice versa, I'll go first.
Okay.
Spiders make me angry. I've never been on a plane before. And I have a piece of The Ohio State University in my bedroom.
The spiders.
You think that was the lie?
Yeah.
I know what the answer is.
Nah.
Well, I know you got Ohio State because I gave you a top of a hurdle.
And that's not even it.
Well, I gave you the sod, too, didn't I?
Yeah, well, you gave me like the hurdles, the wooden hurdles that are hanging in my room.
Yeah.
The lie was I've never been on a plane. I have been on once. I was on. It was just a single engine
Just
thing.
right up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did. Cause
Did
I
I?
have a picture. of
Yeah, I have
him
a picture.
hugging his teddy bear,
Oh.
and he had his sunglasses.
It was just a
on.
single engine thing.
Oh, okay.
I wanna
He
do it
wasn't
again.
even around.
I only remember one memory. I just remember holding onto the bear and accelerating, looking out the window. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What other piece of Ohio State do you have?
Well, when the jazz band went this past February or whatever it was, our high school jazz band went, it was the worst bus ride. Okay. And after we performed for like a few professors and other bands. We did a free walkthrough with an alumni, and there is right next to the Mirror Lake. It's like a little pond.
Yep.
Right next to it is some big stairs made out of just stone. One of the stones was falling apart, so I just like hit it with my knuckle and it fell off. So it's about the size of my hand. I put it in my pocket. It's in my.
I never knew that.
Well, yeah.
Well, I've been to Jesse Owens Stadium. I worked there.
Jesse Owen.
I've been to Jesse Owens Stadium and worked track meets. I also worked the shoe, track meets at the shoe.
He has a stadium named after him.
Yeah. Yep.
Where? Who
If-
plays there?
The track, all the track teams for Ohio State.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's at the stadium. They used to have the track meets at the shoe.
Yeah.
Well, when they took it all out and they lowered it for the stadium so they get more seating. They built Jesse Owens Stadium, and it's off. It's about 3 streets over. It's off of Olentangy, and that's where all the track meets are now. And I've worked at, because I worked track meet for 17 years.
I was texting Carson before. I wish he could have been on here. I don't know if you know what the term lore means. It just means like backstory, like history stuff.
Yeah.
I said this guy's got so much lore, it's actually crazy. Like I've heard so many stories and I haven't heard any of these. But yeah, get in.
Well, I got a lot of years.
You can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you want me
after a
again,
little while, because I want to have one of my teachers on too.
Okay.
At least one, maybe 2 or 3. But yeah, you can go ahead with your 2 truths.
okay.
Put them in whatever order you want.
Okay. I met the Beach Boys. I met Michael Stanley. And I met John F. Kennedy Jr.
Okay, so I know who John F. Kennedy Jr. is. I know who the Beach Boys are. Who was the third one?
Michael Stanley.
Who's that?
They had a big band. Rock
You're
band.
acting like you're disappointed.
I am just.
I don't.
Yeah, Michael Stanley, he just died here a couple years ago. And he was playing music up until he died. He's from Cleveland area.
Okay, so I think you met him. Am I allowed to ask you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's kind of like a game show almost.
Mhm.
So did you meet all of the Beach Boys or just one?
Yep, I met them all.
Okay.
And they're dancers. I
I'm
had coffee with them, actually.
I'm gonna say Beach Boys is the lie.
Nope.
You had coffee with the Beach
Yep.
Boys?
You used to work at the Canfield Fair.
I worked the Canfield
Oh,
Fair,
okay,
and they played at the Canfield Fair, and that night when they played, it was raining. And I was working the gate that they had to come in, and my boss, I was soaking wet, and he goes, let's go get some coffee. And we drove in, went to their dressing room, went in, met them all, and shook their hands, and I got a cup of coffee off of them.
When I thought it's the context, because I thought it was just you and was it 5 of them, 4
Yeah.
of them?
5 of them.
I thought it was just you and them in a coffee shop, just
No.
chatting it up.
I got to
It's
meet
just
them,
the context.
got to have coffee with them, meet them, met the girls that they had girl dancers, got to meet them.
So what do you
Okay.
think the lie is then? What other choice? Michael Stanley or JFK?
I'm gonna say JFK Jr.
JFK Jr. I saw him. I didn't get to meet him. He was at Riley Stadium.
Yeah, well, isn't as of a few, or not a few years ago, but hasn't he been like deteriorating?
He's been
He's
long
dead.
gone. He was assassinated.
He was assassinated.
Junior.
Wait, what's the son's name then? I thought it was.
Oh,
I thought.
no,
I thought that's who you were talking about.
no. Well,
You were talking about the president.
president.
I thought you were talking about his son, because he's still alive.
Yeah.
I think.
Right.
I thought you were talking about him.
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
president.
Oh, okay.
I
That
met
makes
him
more
at
sense.
Riley Stadium.
Okay. Okay, let's see.
Michael
Mine aren't-
Stanley, I met him at Salem High School. We had him and his band play a concert at the high school. And I was with the JCs, and we're the ones that brought him in, and I got to meet him, help him set up his equipment, and actually, Jason, your cousin, got to play baseball with him, threw the baseball to him. He was just a little knicker. He was just a little kid. I took him up there with me.
Might have to watch your words. Just the way you pronounced that, it was really close.
Knicker?
Yeah.
Oh, a little person.
Yeah. No, we get what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Mine aren't that interesting because I thought of these in like 5 minutes. You had Mom to brainstorm with.
No, okay, a little bit.
So okay. What order? I'm not allergic to anything. I can't write in cursive. And I put my hands on a live wild animal. This one I think is trickier, but they're just not like super interesting.
Well, I known you've been to the zoo, so I think you put your hands on wild animals. What's the other ones?
I'm not allergic to anything, and I can't write in cursive.
I don't think you can write in cursive.
Yeah, you gotta pick out the lie.
A lie. I don't know. Okay, it's you. You can write in cursive. That's the lie.
I kind of all I can write in cursive is my signature. Like I can read cursive, but I can't write a full paragraph out.
See, that's the downfall of you kids these days.
But when's the last time you other than signature you needed to write something in cursive?
I do every day.
I do whenever.
But is it necessary though?
It's faster.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think
you
it
write-
I think it takes longer to read though.
No.
Not when you're used to it.
Yeah.
No.
Because I've been writing in
I'd rather-
cursive. I've been writing in cursive ever since I was in kindergarten. They started you out, learn how to.
I'd much rather write in cursive than print.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lie was I'm not allergic to anything. I used to be allergic to strawberries. I got
I remember.
over that.
That's what I thought.
I used to be allergic to like the acid in tomatoes, I think. And
Sores.
I would get like sores. I got over that. Now it's just what was it? Sulfa, which is like a type of medicine.
I'm allergic to it too.
But
Huh.
what you said zoo, I'm talking about wild animal, not domesticated.
Well,
A while how many years ago? 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
when over here before we cut down all that brush, Dad was mowing and he saw a baby deer got caught in something. So we all took a video, we all petted a little bit, and then released
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah,
I-
I don't think I have the video anymore.
I've done that before. Of course, I've done a lot of stuff, stupid stuff too.
All right, yeah, you go
Okay.
ahead now.
All right. I built aerial bombs for fireworks. I worked for Comet Fireworks. I went bear hunting in Alaska.
Okay.
And the last one is I've been to the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
I'm trying to think about what trips you've told me about. 'Cause I know you talked about the Europe. You just talked about the cruise. So I think the lie is the bear hunting in Alaska.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got that right. I want to, but I never got to go there.
I feel like you were too passionate about the fireworks one.
I did that for 2 years.
And I just found that out when we were making that list.
So when
I
you
didn't
say
know.
bombs,
You know when at the 4th of July, the ones that go up and blow up?
so how were you like an expert at it, or you were just like a helper?
I helped make them. I had to be licensed. I had to go take a test down in Columbus.
So
Parrot.
it's just different types of metals that
Not metals, chemicals.
Oh, okay. Because in my chemistry class, I don't know how many years ago, um, we had like Bunsen burners, and it was just a bunch of different metals. We would take just a little stick, dip it in the metals, and there would be different
Oh
colored
yeah,
flames.
you can do it that way, but aerial bombs, they're made with chemicals, and the pyrites and stuff like that that you use in them make different colors, but you have to know how to pack them, and I had to learn all that, and I helped build them for fireworks displays.
So did you just have like a plethora of different jobs?
Yeah, I mean, whatever they wanted me to do then. You know, if it was to set the fuses, the electronic fuses we used, or set the powder out and how you work them together. And
Well, I'm just talking about like in general, because you said,
I've had a lot of jobs. But I worked as a mason when I got out of high school,
Yeah.
summers and that. And I did that for 10 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a job working for Earl Daly running dozer and backhoe for a year, and then I got a job with the city, and I did that for 30. But I've done these other jobs part time. When I had days off, I did the other jobs.
Now he builds cannons.
Builds cannons.
yeah, we
and-
can get into that.
Yeah,
So when did you start that? How many years ago was that? You
the
started?
cannons.
Yeah.
I built my first one in 1976.
Oh, it was that long ago?
Yeah, that's Curly. He was built in
That one's that old?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I built that for the bicentennial, and shot it off for the bicentennial.
So you take the actual, you get the muzzle from, or the, what's it called? The metal part.
The barrel.
Barrel. From somewhere else, they bore it out.
Jason, your cousin, he buys. I give him the money. He buys the barrel.
Uncle?
Uncle Jason,
Okay.
my son. I'm sorry, cousin. I
was trying to think of who
Yeah.
else was named Jason.
I made a mistake. I'm old. I give him the size barrel I want. He gets it for me, and then I take it to my best friend, Mario Salvino. He bores it and makes it look like a cannon, puts the ears on it. Then I do all the woodworking.
Yeah.
I build the carriage, the wheels, everything by hand.
And then shoots them off at the
Salem football games.
home football games whenever.
You're on my crew whenever you can. Your mom's on my crew.
Yeah, I learned how to
I taught you how to shoot it. You took the test.
pack it, clean it,
Yep.
fire it. And so I know you do like a lot of woodworking stuff, because I remember, I don't know how long ago it was when we made the canes together.
Oh yeah.
Just like walking canes.
Yep. I got one out in the van right now.
So you've been have you been woodworking like your whole life basically, or was that just a hobby?
It was a hobby. I built a cedar chest in high school, but my dad didn't do woodworking. He was a machinist, and he died when I was a senior in high school. But I've always liked to work with my hands, and I started building stuff. I was a carpenter for a while. I did drywall work, and I learned how to run a mill, and I just build. I like to build whatever
Yeah.
I can, and I do everything I can. I've taught you how to run chisels and grinders and stuff, doing woodwork and building canes.
I wish I remember what the cane's name was. I put a camel face on it.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't remember.
You still have it?
I think it's right. It's like leaning on my desk. I think I named it something. I really liked the name, and then I forgot it, and I named it something else. I had 3 or 4 different names for it.
It could be. I know you did a nice job. You were real proud, and I was real proud of you.
It looks like a Steven. It just has a really long face. So I don't know if it would be a camel.
I don't know, the one I've got out in the van, if you want to go get it, it looks like a rhinoceros,
Yeah, it just depends on
the way you
'cause
look at it.
It's just small, very young trees.
And the head part where you grab, that's the roots, because we go out in the woods
Yeah,
and we look at
Yeah, we just
trees.
went back there a few
Yeah.
years ago.
And then you got to sit them for 2 or 3 years to dry
Oh,
out.
years. Okay.
Yeah, because I've still got those ones I cut back from you, and that's how we do them. You do pretty good work.
What invention from, or just like product from your younger years, anywhere from like kid to like 20s, was just like, wow, you just couldn't believe, and then maybe nowadays it's just a common appearance, like something you saw on TV.
Well, plane rides, airplane rides. Now everybody does,
Like commercial.
yeah, commercial, or just to go down and get in a plane and go. And you, that was awesome back then because nobody did it.
Yeah. Huh. And
Yeah.
now you got private jets. You got
Yeah. And you never had private planes. When I was young, the props were from World War II, but they really never started biplanes you could get in World War II, and people flew those, but it's not like it is today. You got all these airports around here. You never did that when I was a young kid.
Yeah, I think it was 60 years, the difference between when the Wright brothers first took off to landing on the moon. 60 years.
Yep.
And then I think it was like 120 from the first motorcycle to the first backflip on a dirt bike.
That's yeah, I would say so.
It was, I just saw that, I think it was on TikTok or something, just facts to mess with your perception of time.
Yeah.
I think for one of the games on a different episode, I'll just like look up a bunch of those facts,
Yeah.
put it in for one of the games.
I've seen a lot since 70 years old. I've seen a lot.
And then for a little bit, like for a short time, the Concorde, the
Yeah.
plane,
The jet. Yeah.
went Mach 1 with passengers, and then
Now they're going Mach 10.
I think that was, I know for Top Gun Maverick,
Yeah.
it went Mach 10. I don't know in like a regular,
They can.
because I know what's it called, like the S-71 Blackbird is the fastest
Yeah.
plane, not like spaceship, but fastest plane. And it goes like thousands of miles an hour.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like Kennedy that like ordered the blueprints for it.
Yeah, and he's the one that ordered that we will be on the moon.
Hmm. Like I know people that think that's fake. Like,
I don't.
really?
One in particular.
Yeah, Carson.
One time when I was out west, when I was a kid, I met one of the gentlemen that helped build the first atomic bomb, and he was a friend of my dad's, and he actually got burnt from the radiation, and he said that he had retired, but he had been working on the fuel for the rocket to take him to the moon. And he was adamant about it. And so I know that's real.
I saw a quote from a janitor from NASA that said, a reporter asked what he was doing. He was like sweeping or whatever. He said, "I'm helping put a man on the moon."
Yep.
There's such a vast amount of people involved,
Yep.
such a large amount of money, and people ask the question, if we're spending so much money on space, why don't we just allocate that money to work on problems here? That's just a small amount of government spending compared to.
Oh, yeah. I got a buddy that I graduated school with. He got a job at NASA down in Florida. He helped put the tiles on the shuttle.
From high school, you knew him,
Yeah, I knew him from high school.
and you went to NASA. Wow.
Yeah, he went down and got a job down there, and he worked on the space shuttles. Tom Hardy. You probably see me talking to him online.
Yep.
I don't know why that name like sounds familiar. I probably never heard of him.
We have Hardy. You have relatives that
Just
families Hardys.
Oh,
related.
Yeah, Aunt Karen. She was a Hardy.
Oh, so that's her like family.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to ask
'Cause
Tom.
that doesn't sound like a familiar last name, like Smith.
Yeah.
We got Smiths too.
Yeah, that's that's what I was saying. What else is going to we talk about?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
What was something in your younger years? What's something that you couldn't live without then versus what you can't live without now? And I'm not saying like, oh, I can't live without my family or whatever. Something that you would just do all the time, then versus now, like for a hobby, for fun.
I used to run all the time. I wish I could do that now.
Oh yeah, tell them about like your record.
Well, I still have 2 high school records. I set them back in 1972. I hold the high hurdle indoor record at for Salem
Oh, indoor.
at Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, the college.
Oh, okay.
I set it up there, and then I also own the outdoor record for the shuttle hurdles, and our team set that at the Mansfield Relays.
And didn't you say it was like it can't be beat?
Yeah, it can't be beat because the records are set in yards, and everything's in meters now.
When they changed the meters, because I hear the word 100-yard dash and 100-meter dash used intermittently,
Yeah,
or whatever it's called.
it's. Oh God, I can't even remember when they changed it. It was back in the 80s or 90s. I think it was in the 90s they changed, and you can change them, but they're not exactly the same.
Yeah, because isn't meter like slightly younger?
Yep.
Or longer?
Yep, slightly longer. It's like 3 inches longer than what a yard is.
Because a yard is just a football field length.
Yep.
And then 100 meters, it like starts to go on the curve.
Yep. Actually, it's a straight way. Well, yeah. That's why they have the 2 long things at the end of off the side of the curve, because the 100 starts on the straightaway.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
So if
you
it
can't-
didn't have that, it would start
on a
curving.
curve, yeah.
Okay.
And back my day, you had the 180-yard low hurdles. Compared now, they use the 300 hurdles. They don't, it was an all-out sprint. The banner that's on Pershing, that's when I was doing the low hurdles. There's a banner
Yeah.
that I'm on that banner. That's me running, and that was the low hurdles.
Oh. So, would you say that's the main reason for your bad knees right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, pouring concrete, kneeling on concrete, finishing it, and just I beat my knees up.
And he's old.
And I'm old.
I think those bad knees might come for you later.
Yeah.
They already started.
Oh,
It's-
right.
it runs
I
in
get
the
my
family.
cracking from you.
I know.
I walk down the hallway, my toes won't shut up.
My toes don't crack. It's my knees.
Well,
Mine-
it's my toes.
My knees cracked. That's what told me I really had to get mine changed. Because I always thought when I was walking, I could hear them. But I thought I could hear them because they're in me. And one of my friends was walking past me, and he goes, "What the heck is that?" And I said, "What?" He goes, "That grinding sound." I said, "That's my knee. You can hear that?" And he goes, "Yes." And I'm going, "I didn't know that. I just thought it was in my head."
When I walk slow enough, we can hear it. So when we're at the grocery store or whatever, Dave's like, "We got to go a little faster so you stop cracking."
Mine's every time I go down the ramp into the Elks.
Yeah, the human body is so fragile, but it's so strong, but also so fragile.
Oh, yeah.
Because it can do incredible feats of strength and endurance.
Like birth a child.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a natural thing.
That's
I was
natural.
talking. Well, it's a thing that's been going on for thousands of years. I was talking about.
Like if
Like
when your
lifting,
adrenaline goes and you can lift what you should never be able to lift.
Yeah, and like sports like football, how they can take those hits, get right back up.
Oh yeah.
Or
baseball to the nose and your nose just cracks and.
you want to get into that?
No.
Okay. Save that for next time we're on.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it still is, but the world record for deadlift was
Oh, that's
1,000 or over 1,000 pounds.
yeah,
Seriously?
yeah.
Yeah, it's half a ton. Because his name was Eddie Hall, or it is Eddie Hall. He didn't die. He used to be world's strongest man because that's a competition that they do.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I got to make money now. I just watched this recently. He goes, okay, I got to make money. I'm gonna reach out to these people, see what I gotta lift, get on TV. What do I need to do? And they said, break the world record, you'll get money.
Yeah.
He lifts so hard, his nose just started bleeding while he was lifting.
Oh.
He said, what pushed him through was what he was thinking mentally, if he didn't get that, his family would die. It was what he was thinking.
He stuck it in his head as his goal.
And he said he blacked out when he was dropping the weight back down.
Wow.
And I think when he was warming up in the days prior, he was still like 70, 80 pounds off of the world record.
Jeez.
So he just pushed his body. And he's a big guy.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
One time, well, yeah, he's just a meatball. Because just recently, a few weeks ago, it was him, so world's strongest man, against two twins. They were technically, I think genetically, they were little people boxing. But they approached him for it, so they had to come in. He, like, the one was, like, coming out his side. He threw the other one, because he can just do that.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, just bodybuilding in general.
Yep.
Do you have anything you want to add, Mom?
I already did with my nose breakage.
Yeah.
We can talk about that real quick. Because we're just sitting at the 45-minute mark.
How many years ago did you play baseball?
I think I quit in like 7th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade.
I know Lexi was little because we needed someone to watch her.
So it might have been
to the
6th
hospital.
grade.
We were playing catch in the yard, and
You want to tell the story?
I'll tell the story.
I'll change anything if you mess up.
Okay. We were playing catch, and Zach was, he was pitcher at the time, and
This was
We went-
before, like right before a game. We were getting ready to leave, wasn't it?
no. I
You
think
were
it
out
might
here
have
in the
been
yard.
That week, that you had a game coming up.
Oh,
but-
yeah, we were preparing for a game.
And I told him to quit throwing like a girl. Well, by the time I had the word girl come out, the ball was already flying at my face, and I didn't have time to catch it, and he nailed me in the nose and broke it in 2 or 3 places.
I gotta add some
And then I
things.
had to drive to the hospital because no one could drive me.
I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, so I had to drive way to the hospital. Yeah, it was
Let
not fun.
me add a few things. So, with my perspective was, you said quit throwing it like a girl, so I was like, okay, I gotta show her. What I saw, I don't know if you saw this or you felt this. It looked like it hit your arm and bounced up to your
I
nose.
have no recollection of it at all.
Because it looked like it hit like the inside of your elbow and then it bounced up to your nose.
I don't know.
But you
All,
would
I saw the ball coming. That's all I.
But yeah, the thing is, we didn't know until later. If you didn't get the X-ray on your face, you wouldn't have realized all your sinus issues.
That's
It's
true.
Yep.
Blessings come in
Thank
weird
your
ways.
son for fixing your sinuses.
Oh, I've had to in front of the ENT. So.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, don't you remember going with me?
Oh yeah, that was later on though.
Yeah.
And then Lexi was scared of you when you came back because your face was like wrapped up or whatever.
Yeah, and I had this tray under my nose to catch the bleeding. I was pretty. And then I got black eyes afterwards.
Yeah, I remember
And this is
black
kind of
eyes.
not gruesome, but like kind of a little gross. One time when you were still working at Trail Star, you were like, "What's this smell?" There's like a smell coming from my car. You had one of your coworkers go look.
I hit a duck the night before, and I thought it was still under my car. And I had one of the managers go out and look under my car, and he goes, "Jen, there's nothing there." Here it was. I was hoping you weren't going to mention this.
No.
It was the rotting flesh inside my nose.
It's
I
like-
had to go.
most
suck
people
that
don't listen
all
this
out
far.
and go back to Dr. Carnegie. It was great.
Yeah, most people don't listen this far anyway.
That's true.
That's
Hi,
true.
Debbie.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Mom. You'll probably, I don't know, you won't listen to this later probably because you're here.
Right.
Debbie, probably Stella.
Hi, Stella.
What's up, Stella?
Stella!
Oh, we might post. Are we allowed to post this on TikTok? Not the whole thing, just like small clips, because
Small clips, yes, but you gotta kind of watch the name.
what? What do you mean? Oh no.
There's somebody else with that name.
Well,
Who's? Me?
no. The thing is, on TikTok, if you look up a username or just like a title of like someone's page, 6 of them come up with the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, like Home Free. There's always
Oh, yeah.
spammers.
And yeah, they're spammers.
Yeah.
And people that are on TikTok, they know they have like the original video here, and then off to the side is someone doing something different so that they don't get copyrighted.
Right.
Whatever. I don't care.
And well, I also looked up on YouTube just to like look up see if the name was there. KG, Kevin Garnett, who's an NBA player,
Yeah.
and he has his own little thing. So
Big thing. It's big. He's got guests and everything. His is.
what? Well, I'm just talking about.
I guess. I'm here.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't-
just on
don't-
nothing, you know.
I know, Father.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
famous.
I know.
about to be, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. You already got his autograph.
Yeah.
We have. I kept joking about like after a while just selling this because we're gonna have like 100. I don't know about 100, but we'll have like a bunch of autographs by the end of this, and there's a few that I'm missing. But we always say this at the beginning, but I forgot. You can follow, turn on notifications. Hopefully, I did set up a TikTok account. I just haven't posted any videos yet, so maybe, I don't know. Tell your friends and family about this. You can watch all the other ones. They're still up there. We got 27 before this. If you want to, you can click the link in our little description box if you want to donate. If you don't want to, okay. But it can help us get some better tools. Hopefully we can like hire a tech person. That would be pretty cool. Adam
You got one, yeah. Just
Adam
down the
Crawl.
road.
Yeah, we were talking about, me and Carson were texting about this earlier. Yeah, Adam Crawl is so smart. Sorry to name drop.
Well, his brother Jude was on here.
Yeah, one time, this was like right before prom. You know how they always have a promenade or promenade
Promenade.
It's promenade.
where they walk up
Walk.
walk up with their dresses, take pictures. It was the principal and the Chromebook / tech guy that works for the school. They called him out of band class to help him with set up the light program because they would have like a timer with the light. They got an all new light and sound system for the auditorium, and he was the only one that
How to do it.
he figured out how to do it, and then he taught everyone else how to do it, which is
Was it the former lighting guy? Didn't he? Was
Well,
he
he-
able to get it? And then
well, he like
he
helped out.
graduated, so we lost him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're almost an hour now, so I think this is a really good episode.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully this all works.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But yeah, thanks for coming out. You already came swimming. Yeah.
Yep.
This has been KG Talks, episode 28. See you guys on the next episode.
Bye.